Morning! Welcome back to Alright, What's Next? Today, we're going to do my first sponsored freaking video. I actually had somebody, not really so much pay me. They gave me a hat. They sewed the patches on my shirt. I got a couple of these shirts, freaking couple of patches. That way I don't have to wear the same one all the damn time. I can actually, have one in the laundry. But, anyways, for that, I'm going to go ahead and plug their business. Plus, they're my niece, so I'm going to do that anyways. Rocking S Horse Company. She breaks horses, trains horses, equine massage therapy. If you've got freaking horse needs in the eastern Nebraska area, look up her website. I'll put a link thingy, majigger, whatever. I'll probably even put it up on the freaking screen, her web page, her business page. Go and check it out. You need a horse, she's probably got one to sell you. If you got one that needs trained, she can probably do that for you. But what we're going to do today, we're going to make her some shot glasses in her company colors. The hat isn't representative of her company colors. I just happen to like freaking the bright green. Her colors are actually gray background with turquoise. But I have a shot glass. It's a cheapy one from freaking Walmart. We're going to make a mold of it. By making a mold of it, we are going to use this Smooth On Umu 25 two-part freaking silicone rubber. So I'm not sure how I'm going to mix these things. I need a bigger container. I don't have a bigger, I need a bigger glass. It's like I need it to be all the way to the top, so I kind of overfilled these things. I didn't think this through. What do I got I can mix these bastards in without? Alright, what we're going to do, we're going to split these in half. We're going to mix it up in 4 containers and then pour it all into one container. Alright, I think that is probably thoroughly mixed. So, make sure you got the shot glass relatively centered. And here we go. The shot glass is going to want to slide around as the weight changes in there, so keep an even pour on it. Now, I'm going to put this in a pressure pot because I have a pressure pot. If you don't have a pressure pot, this stuff I don't think necessarily needs it, but I like to use the pressure pot to make sure that there aren't any air bubbles present. So I got my handy dandy little freaking carrying device here for the pressure pot. We'll stick that in the center. I'm going to go put this in the pot, get the air compressor hooked up to it, and then we'll check back in the morning and we'll put resin in this thing if we can get the freaking shot glass out. Okay, I got it out of the pressure pot. Now we have to try and demold this thing. Looking at the bottom of it, it's looking pretty much like how I wanted. You can see the full ring of the shot glass right there, which is, if I can get this out of here and retain the freaking shape of this mold, that's going to be perfect, because that'll give me a perfect mold of what this shot glass is supposed to be. I was afraid that air would be trapped underneath there because it had a concave base and it might float, but try and get this out of the solo cup. We'll just squeeze the freaking solo cup and see if we can't get it to just pop out of there. Oh yeah, perfect. Now, the challenge is to try and get this out of here. So, being that there is a little bit of freaking resin, or not resin, but silicone all the way around the top. Oh, that peels away nicely. Now the challenge, we have to try and see if we can figure out if this will come out or not. Problem is, it's going to be stuck on the inside. So what I think I'm going to try is some freaking compressed air. I need a better, that one is just shit. But it did seem to kind of release. I don't want to have to cut it, but I might have to cut it. Yeah, fuck, it's sticking to the damn... Well, I should have used mold release because the silicone stuck to the glass. I might actually ruin the shot glass. It's stuck bad. Yeah, this whole mold is fucking shot. Well, that was a waste of a huge amount of fucking silicone. Thing is, if I make it out of resin, will the resin stick? So I think we got to try this again, but I'm going to have to thoroughly coat this thing in freaking mold release, and then we'll try it with resin and hope the resin will come out. Good God, did it stick bad. I'm going to have to buy new shot glasses because I think this one is ruined. That was stupid. Alright, experiment 1, failure. Got to throw away freaking shot glass, which, you know, whatever. They're cheap-ass Walmart shot glasses. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to go grab another shot glass, and I have mold release. And I am going to put about freaking 15 coats of mold release on the next shot glass, and I'm going to try this again. Morning! Attempt number 2 is now fully cured. So we've got all that mold release sprayed in here. So let's see if we can demold this one and not ruin another super expensive 80-cent shot glass from Walmart. Comes out of a cup nice and easy. Oop, we're getting some movement. Really gonna break loose from the inside. Oh, it fucking tore. God damn it. It's alright. Fuck. We're going to have to split it a little bit. And just... Alright. So I had to split slightly. But that's okay. We just line these lines up. We'll put a rubber band around it. Make sure them lines on the inside are freaking lined up good. Alright. You want to be able to look that in there where I split it, and you don't really want to be able to see the line. That way it has absolute minimal amount of any creasing in the mold. So when we freaking pour the resin in there. So, now since that was such a royal pain in the ass to get this one out of there, we're going to take our freaking mold release, and we're just going to keep freaking spraying and spraying and spraying and spray the inside of this thing with a crap ton of mold release. I'm going to put probably 6 coats in there to make sure that the resin does not stick. Okay, I got shitloads of freaking mold release in there. I already got it on my little freaking handy dandy little transporter to put into the pressure pot. So now we got to mix up resin, and we got to determine how much resin that we need. Now this is the shot glass that we're using, and pretty much from here down is solid glass. That's going to take up most of that, and that is approximately, according to my mixing cup, about 15 milliliters worth of resin just to do that portion. And then we got to do the rest of this, which, you know, shouldn't take a great deal. And I bet you we could probably get away doing 40 milliliters of resin to fill this. But just to be safe, I'm going to do 50 milliliters. So be up to about here. So I have no doubt this is probably going to be way more freaking resin than I need to use. But you want to err on the side of caution, I guess it would be. Freaking mix more resin than you need, because once it's mixed, if you don't have enough, mixing up another batch and getting the same density, getting the same color match, because one thing I'm going to do a color mix on this. Oh, and also what I found doing resin is that if you have to mix up a batch, or if you mix up two batches and mix them, their densities are not the same, and one will float on the other, which is a pain in the ass. Like, I tried to do a pin, and I meant the pin to freaking be a certain freaking way with the colors here and the colors here, and they inverted because they floated on each other because they made two different batches. So every time I do resin now, I do one batch. If I have to do multiple colors, then I separate that batch out into different cups. And then you have the same density for each of the colors, and then they will stay where they're supposed to stay, and it won't separate, won't move around. Alright, you want to stir it for about 2 minutes. Make sure you're scraping the sides as you go and the bottom. Get everything thoroughly mixed. Now we want to separate it out because we're going to do two separate colors. Okay, that's probably enough. That one's going to be our gray, and this is going to be a turquoise. The gray is easy. That's just one color. The turquoise, I don't actually have any turquoise, so I kind of blend two colors together to give me a turquoise-ish freaking look. Not my color freaking pattern, but Rocking S Horse Company. Apparently these are her colors and what she likes. And since she gave me a hat, so the patch is on, I'll make the shot glasses in her colors. Which, I forgot the hat, it's inside. No, it's probably not wholly necessary, but I'm going to use a syringe. It's a 1 milliliter syringe. And use it to inject this down into the bottom, just to make sure that I get enough resin all the way down in there. Alright, I got the teal up to a point where you got the dish in the bottom of this. It is just below the dish, so now I'm going to put some gray in there. The gray, I think I'm just going to go ahead and pour. Okay, now I'm going to take some more of this freaking teal, or turquoise, and we're just going to shove it into the gray and hopefully give it some swirls. Alright, so now we got it just where it just kind of coats over top of the freaking surface. That should freaking allow us some freaking, what do you call it, space for it to drop down for any air pockets that might be in there. Now we're going to throw this in the pressure pot, and we'll come back tomorrow and see what it looks like. Alright, let's demold it and see if I wasted my time. Now it's kind of slimy on top. It's covered in that freaking mold release, so hopefully this should just pop out of there fairly simple. Thing I also learned with resin is that it's gonna, if we get this out of there, that it's been wrapped in silicone, it's probably still not going to be fully cured, so we won't want to handle it. Trying to keep my contact with it to a minimum so I don't get fingerprints into the blah. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass to get her out of there. That's freaking nice. Perfect little friggin' resin shot glass. Now we gotta let this sit another 24 hours because the resin still has a slight tackiness to it. I don't know if it's because of the contact with the mold release, or if it's because it's so freaking wrapped up inside of the mold that it doesn't get enough air to it, but it always has a little bit of a tacky feel to it once you pull it out of the mold. That's cool. It is a royal pain in the ass to demold this. It would probably be easier if I split it, but I'm trying to absolutely minimize any sort of seams that are down in there because I want to be able to just demold it, let it fully cure, wash it, and it's ready to use. I don't want to have to freaking scrub off mold lines and then try and repolish it. because then that gets to be a royal pain in the ass. Awesome. All right. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Notifications. Hit that like button. We'll see you next time.